Hi there, this is Solitude from Solitude Films, and welcome to another Through My Letterbox video. This is going to be a fairly random collection of pickups I have recently, some through the post and some from pre-orders, and HMV are doing Arrow, not only Arrow Academy but Arrow label in general, for £6 each. And obviously cast your mind back to a time where £6 was a lot of money, but nowadays what do you get for £6 apart from Arrow Academy and Arrow Blu-rays? So I got a bunch of them, and there's kind of odds and sods as well, so I've kind of put them in some kind of grouping and order, and please do leave in the comments which films I should watch first. Now the first one is definitely a random one. This is a 4-film Hellraiser set, but I really just bought it for Hellraiser Bloodline, which I think is the last one that's actually worth watching. Again, it's obviously flawed, but it kind of shows you the beginnings of who actually made the box, and then goes into space. So it's almost like Jason from Friday the 13th goes into space, so this one's Pinhead goes into space. So this is kind of on the border of when he gets into Freddy territory of just being a cartoon character. The other 3, which are Inferno, Hellseeker and Hellworld, are all fairly terrible. I have the nice Arrow collection of 1 to 3, but I really wanted to get 4, and this was only £7. Plus it's actually a multi-region release. I was expecting it to be region A because I got it from the States, but it's actually a multi-region, which is very good, and for anybody out there that wishes to purchase it. So that's a little bit of fluff, obviously. And the next one is Freebie and the Bean with James Caan and Alan Arkin. I'm a huge Alan Arkin fan, and I've never actually seen this. This is from 1974 and directed by Richard Rush, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. Again, I got it from the States, but this might actually be multi-region as well, which is a bit of a bonus. The next one is a new release by Indicator. This is William Wyler. This is a collector with Samantha Eggar and Terence Stamp, and this is spine number 70, which you probably won't be able to see. Spine number 70 on Powerhouse Indicator, and there is a bunch of special features as usual. There's an interview with William Wyler even, from 1981, which is 83 minutes. There's an interview with Terence Stamp from 1989, which is 92 minutes. There's a selected commentary by a film historian, Neil Sinyard. There's a new 13-minute interview from this year with Terence Stamp. And there's a new interview with Samantha Eggar for 16 minutes. There's locations. There's an image gallery, and again with Indicator there's a nice booklet. I mean, you do have to say Indicator are certainly getting some nice releases. I mean, a lot of them I did do an indicator collection video quite recently. I don't have a lot of them. I'm not going to collect them all, it's just kind of films that I'm interested in, but eventually I might have a punt on a few of them. But I really like this film. It was made in 1965, so it's like 5 years after Peeping Tom, but it is a nice little film about a collector, strangely enough, who collects a little bit more than butterflies. So I'm looking forward to seeing the Blu-ray print of that. And this one is one of the slasher collection from 88 Films. This is Intruder, and this is number 23, which you probably won't be able to see the spine number, from 1989. And the only reason I picked this up really is because Bruce Campbell's in it, and also is Sam Raimi. So again, I've never seen it. Let me know in the comments if it's any good. That's just, again, this was in HMV's sale for £6, so. This is another 88 Films. This is the Italian collection, and this is The Mercenary by Sergio Corbucci, he of Django and The Great Silence. And this is spine number 40, if you can see that, for 88 Films. Again, this is Franco Nero. Haven't seen this. It does have an Ennio Morricone score, enough said. This is a Criterion, which is a new release in Blu-ray in the UK. It's obviously been on Blu-ray for a while in the States, I believe. And this is My Man Godfrey, which is an excellent screwball comedy. And it's spine number 114, and it stars the wonderful Carole Lombard. And as usual, it's Criterion. So it has lovely booklet, that's the disc, and it's just a great film. It's 4K digital restoration. There's a couple of interviews, critics, some outtakes bizarrely. There's a theatre adaptation of the film from 1938. There's newsreels depicting Great Depression class divides. So yeah, I'll see what the supplements are like, but it's a fantastic film and I'm so glad it's on Blu-ray. We could do with more Carole Lombard films on Blu-ray. I know she wasn't with us for very long, but she was like a comet. It was only here briefly, but wow, did she sparkle. This one is a new Eureka release. It's Salvador, and this is by number 195 on Eureka Masters of Cinema. This will be in my top 10 great horrible films, because personally I think this might actually be controversially Oliver Stone's best film, even though it's a remarkably difficult watch. It stars James Woods, Jim Belushi and John Savage. The subtitles is an audio commentary by Oliver Stone, archive interview with Oliver Stone. There's a 62-minute documentary called Into the Valley of Death, which is about the making of, and obviously there's a booklet. So that's not a Saturday evening's viewing, not a date movie. Salvador. This kind of shows you how sad I am as far as a collector. This is the new Studio Canal release of last year in Marienbad. This is a brand new restoration apparently. I do have this on Blu-ray already with the previous Studio Canal release. I'm not exactly sure what the difference will be, but it's last year in Marienbad, one of Alain Resnais' many masterworks. It is kind of what people, sorry about the glare, what people fear of an art house. Yeah, one day if I'm brave enough I will try and do a random review of it and at least try and give my explanation of what the hell's going on. So I'm looking forward to seeing another version of it in Blu-ray. I'm sad, but never mind. So the next bunch is Arrow Academy releases, again, that were for £6. What do you get for £6 nowadays? So this is Inferno. This is the documentary about the making of Clouseau's film, which was unfinished. And I've not seen this one before, but I'm a big fan of Clouseau. The next one is Don Siegel's version of The Killers, with Lee Marvin and John Cassavetes, and Ronald Reagan. Again, I recently got the Burt Lancaster Robert Siodmak version from 1946, which I think is the better version. I did have both of them on Criterion DVD, but I've now got them both on Arrow Academy Blu-ray. This is another one I haven't seen before. This is Terror in a Texas Town with Sterling Hayden. So looking forward to seeing that. He walks about with a big harpoon. Sometimes you just got to walk about with a big harpoon. This is Departures. This is by Yujiro Takita, who I've probably butchered his name. Again, not one I've seen before, but quite frankly, it's Japanese, and I very rarely dislike any Japanese films. Again, this is another Clouseau. This is his documentary on Picasso, which I've never seen before. I mean, growing up I thought the only films Clouseau made was La Diabolique and The Wages of Fear, but obviously now, you know, Le Corbeau and various other films have actually been released. So this is his relatively short documentary on Picasso, which should be interesting. Right, so the rest of them, if you haven't fallen asleep already, these are Arrow releases, and again, these were all £6 each. So the first bunch is some Vincent Prices, at the price of £6, who I'm a big fan of. I think he is underrated. Obviously he just gets kind of pigeonholed in horror stuff. This is the abominable Dr. Phibes, or Dr. Phoebes. Not the abdominal Dr. Phoebes, that's a completely different film, and it doesn't star Vincent Price. Again, there's a couple of commentaries, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. I haven't seen it for so long. And the next one is Theatre of Blood, which again, it's been so long since I've seen it. And this actually has an audio commentary by the League of Gentlemen. So if you're familiar with the surreal, dark comedy outfit from the UK, you're certainly in for a treat, because they do an audio commentary on Theatre of Blood, which is quite nice. And there's an interview with Vincent Price and an interview with Madeline Smith as well. That's a really fun little film. The next one is The Comedy of Terrors, which has Vincent Price and Boris Karloff and Basil Rathbone and Peter Lorre. Again, this is a Corman. Again, lots of extras, as is the case with Arrow, and again, £6. How can you not buy them? This is another Corman, it's The Raven. And again, more extras. There's a 61-minute documentary about Peter Lorre. There's an interview with Richard Matheson, an interview with Roger Corman, Arrow does such a good job on the Corman films. And the last one is Dr. Phibes Rises Again. And again, this has an audio commentary, a conversation with Victoria Price, Vincent Price's daughter. Again, it's just another fun Vincent Price film. Right, so the rest aren't Vincent Price films. Hope you won't be disappointed. So the next one's Scalpel, which I've never seen, but it does strike me as a little bit familiar for those fans of Georges Franju's Les Yeux Sans Visage, the fantastic 1958 Eyes Without a Face. This does have a kind of, going by the artwork, it might have some similarity. The next two are just very daft. This is House, but again, £6. Haven't actually seen House, but I have seen House 2, The Second Story, controversially. Yeah, this is just fun nonsense. I haven't seen it for a while, but again, £6. So the next two are a couple of Argentos, Inferno and Tenebrae. Again, I'm a bit of a weirdo, and I think still my favourite Argento is Bird with a Crystal Plumage. I'm just strange that way. The next one is a Pam Grier. It's Black Mama, White Mama, which is essentially a female version of the Defiant Ones, I believe. Also have Foxy Brown and Coffee and Friday Foster, so you might as well have Black Mama, White Mama. I think that's written down somewhere. The next one's Rollerball, James Caan. Fantastic futuristic sports drama. Again, bunch of extras. Arrow really do a great job with these. Next one is Pieces, a Spanish slasher. This actually has a US cut and an original uncensored director's cut, and a bunch of extras with lots of directors talking about it, being influenced by it. I've never actually seen it, so let me know what it's like. Again, £6. Gonna have to change the title of the video to £6. Next one is Bride of Reanimator. This was directed by Brian Usna, who would go on to direct The Wonderful Society. I doubt this will be as good as the original, but £6. Second last one is Shock Treatment, which is the follow-up to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It could never compare to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, because in my opinion the Rocky Horror Picture Show is just about perfect. Yeah, we'll see what it's like. And finally, Lucio Fulci's Black Cat. Again, a bunch of extras. Not sure how many versions of the Black Cat have been made, but there's certainly been a few. And this is Fulci's version. So thanks very much for watching. I apologise if it was just a bit of a ramble, but I thought I would just show you my little pile that I've accumulated over the last couple of days. Again, just because certain stores have been silly enough to sell really good Blu-rays for like £6. So this is all Jerome saying thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again, and have a good evening.